Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to have a look at Ryder's Groove Tool Pro with chain brake. I must add it's got the chain brake because I have seen one that says Groove Tool Pro but it doesn't have the chain brake. So just be careful if you're looking for the one with the chain brake, make sure it does say that it actually has the chain brake. So let's do this thing. So before we start, I must say I bought this with my own money, so all the opinions are my own. And I must also add that they obviously won an award for this, for innovation. So let's get over to the workbench and have a closer look. So having a look at the packaging, you can see at the top there that they won a prize for innovation. It's the Groove Tool Pro, and an important here is that it says it comes with the chain brake. I'm not sure if this version you can also just buy at the counter without the card, but this is the one that I managed to find, and I must add it wasn't actually that easy to find. It's also got on the card, tells you what's in there. It's got the chain brake, it's got a torque 15, it's got a flat screwdriver, it's got a torque 10, a torque 25, 6mm, 5mm, that's obviously Allen keys, 4mm, 3mm, and 2.5 and 2mm. Those are the tools you get with it. It comes with this nice little plastic connector here, which you can connect to your seat post or somewhere in your frame, so you can carry with it. If I just detach it from its little holder there, it comes off quite nicely. What may not be evident over here is that it's got a little raised section there, and at the bottom as well it's got a little raised section, and that fits into the tool, this bottom section here and the top section. So when you actually click this or put this back into its little holder, just make sure that those 2 points line up like so, and it doesn't sit like this, for example, because then it's going to, obviously I'm not saying it's going to fall out, but it could fall out. But that is the correct way to seat the tool itself. So we'll just take that off like that, take it out of the packaging. Okay, so there's a closer look at that little connector that you can then mount on your frame. Probably the seat post is the best place to put it. And it goes like, comes a little plastic container which only has the T25 torque and the T40 in it. Let me just see there, the T25 and T40. I don't see the T40 mentioned on the card, so that could be a bonus. So obviously you have the option to use this tool or not to use that tool if your bike uses such a torque wrench. Comes with the instruction manual, which explains the different ways to use the tool, including the chain brake and how to mount it onto the seat. So if we have a closer look at the actual chain or the tool itself, this is not plastic, this is an alloy, probably aluminum, that it comes with. So that's quite nice. The writing itself that says that it's Groove Tool Pro is not that prominent. You've got to just catch it in the correct light before you can actually see what it is, the wording is. So if we look at the actual tools itself, they're held in place with little magnets over there. You can see that little magnets on each side, which basically hold them all nicely in place. And I mean, I think if you did have to knock this enough, as you can see the chain brake's coming out, but that's not actually the point of this, because it'll obviously be held in its own little container. This is only when you take it out and are going to use the tool that it doesn't obviously fall on the ground into the dust while you doing whatever you need to do. You select the tool that you want to use, place it in the top section over there, and then you can tighten it like that. There are two ways of tightening. You can either use it like that, which is obviously the high torque position, or you can put the cover back on as such and then use it like that, sort of like a screwdriver type wrist tightening position. If we have a closer look at the chain brake, which is quite interesting, there it does come out. It's interesting to see right at the top there, there's a little bolt there which is obviously holding probably the stop mechanism in over here. And there are two side magnets over here which probably do a dual function of holding the chain brake in, and you can also put a master link over there on either side. So you've got your master link here nicely all in one place with your chain brake. So if we want to use the chain brake, let's see how that works. Okay, to use the chain brake tool, I will use it on this little piece of spare chain that I got left over here. You're supposed to use the T15 torque over here and not the 2.5 normal Allen, so be careful of that. You must use the torque wrench. You just get the chain brake tool out like that. I'm going to back it out completely, just my fingers there. There's a little pin over there that gets moved out. Just going to move that out completely. You'll also see that there is a little pin on both sides that is used to hold the chain. So you just put the chain on where you want to break it. You then just gently tighten that up just so it holds the chain itself. Then the bottom end of this holder, you put in the bottom there, like that. There we go, so that'll help you hold it. And the other end, which is this part over here, is going to be used, so that's got your maximum torque on it. Then over here you'll see, just trying to get it into line over there, a little pin should push out over there, and let's do that. There we go, it breaks the little pin out. So just carry on going, and then you can see the pin is being ejected over there, and there we go, it becomes easy again. And then just turn it out again, and then your chain is separated. Put in your master chain or whatever you want to do with it, or maybe shortening a chain, and then you're good to go again. When you finish, just take it off the holder, screw that back in, place it back in the internal section, and then place back your Allen keys and that you want to use. So just remember, if you're going to use the tool that comes in here, you cannot replace the T15 torque tool with the one that comes in here, otherwise you will not be able to use the chain brake. So if we get the scale out, it weighs 89 grams by itself. Little holder or bracket weighs 16 grams combined. Go, weighs 105 grams, and then if we do a couple of measurements here, the diameter is 21 millimeters and the length is 104.69 millimeters. So guys, that's my quick review of the Ryder Groove Tool Pro with chain brake. Remember the chain brake. I don't think there's any reason to buy it without the chain brake. I think the chain brake makes it a really good value for money tool. I mean, obviously you can use it out while you're riding. but also just for normal maintenance. In other words, you're putting a new chain on, you can just obviously cut it down to the correct length. So very, very useful, that chain brake. And just be careful, don't use it with the 2.5 Allen key. It's made for the torque wrenches, and they're talking about you must use it with the T15, and the T10 will also work. And this is important because obviously in that little black plastic you get another one with it. So when you replace any little tool in there, make sure you don't replace the T15 or the T10, otherwise the chain brake will become useless. And I think in the next video what I'm going to do is compare this Pro version to the actual, just the normal Groove version, which I did last time, and I'll leave a link to the video above there. So I'll compare those two, and let's just see which one is maybe the best for you, and then you can obviously make an informed decision and take it from there. So guys, if you made it to this point, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you next time.